Muted. Hello, everybody. Good morning, NASDAQ.
We live?
We are live.
Good morning,
Good morning. Good
NASDAQ.
morning.
Dad,
Good
dad.
morning.
Oh, do you have anything on your screen besides our faces?
Yeah, couple charts. Why?
No, I'm just
Okay,
looking
it
at the
takes me
one
a
on.
while. It takes me a while to get set up. You know.
There it is. All right.
Look at that.
Oh, just getting my stuff set up for the day. I accidentally slept in just a wee bit.
Oh, really? Did you just
Yeah,
wake up right before
I'm
you
not a.
joined?
I'm not a. Yes. Well, I did
Waking.
like a little morning routine. I brushed my teeth. I wiped my face. I didn't get the time to shower, but yeah,
See, but
I'm a
this
little
is
tired.
why we were able to have your birthday. Hey, don't chew on that cord. This is why we were able to have your birthday off from the market because you work so hard. The world appreciates that, so they gave us a
Mm,
day off.
I'm sure that's what it
I
is.
can't wait for next year's.
Next year's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want to be 29.
Ah, does anybody?
No.
I would love to be 29. Ah. All right. First up on our list, we got HOTH, Hoth Therapeutics. If I recall correctly, this thing is a pig. So you just have that going for you. What do we call this kind of chart? Top left, bottom right?
Let's see here. HOTH. Yep, we go back a little
I think
further.
it was data too. Haw Therapeutics announces preclinical results from HT-ALZ and Alzheimer's disease showing positive effects on cognitive function. So, like what we were talking about yesterday with like these companies, they suck, but they look for they can make potentially earth-shattering discoveries in these fields. Like in Alzheimer's, that's one of those fields where it's like we don't have any real solution. Any company that does find a solution, they're going to be billions of dollars. Going to be $1 billion company if they do, if they're small cap, or if they're already like Pfizer or something different.
Yep, another stock, as we go through the daily chart here, tons of resistance all over. I don't think has there been a reverse split with this one, or is it just really had some big moves?
Have they reverse split? You say?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've definitely reverse split before.
We got
But
some big moves in 2022, two giant gap ups, both ended red and faded off. And then most notably at the end of last year, you had a nice little 2 day run from the 3 area to the 12s.
yeah,
Actually,
that
nice multi-day move with the gap. I don't
that's good.
remember that one, but we must have seen it. But
Dude, I definitely have to remember that. But man, that's gonna drive me crazy because I feel it would have been on everybody's scanner.
yeah.
That's a massive gap. Is that
And then
3.45?
the most recent volume that matters, where the stock you did 6 to 15 to 20 million shares, is like this 375 area. You have two tops from February there. So yeah, for me, there's too much resistance right now to kind of play this long. I don't really like to attack day ones. Um, but it's up 88%. So hopefully it can sustain itself and hold up and become a runner, because I would like to short it one day with all that resistance everywhere. If it could also create a multi-day run for it.
Oh yeah, games like these, it's all about being there for the backside, not being the event that creates the backside. That's what something like this is all about, in my opinion. Um, ATMCR. That looks like can't even spell it right. Okay, so these are rights for an acquisition. So SPAC, that would be their SPAC. Looks like a whole nothing sandwich. Although we
Yeah,
sometimes
nothing.
see them like just spike up, even though they're supposed to be $10 stocks. But I mean, I don't really know if there's any reason to believe that. RCRT next up in the list, Recruiter.com Group. This
Recur.
is a 36-cent stock, previously closing at 20 cents yesterday, up 85%. Very illiquid, 1.7 million shares. This, yeah, no, I mean, this is just noise to me. Looks like a noise one. Maybe they have some crazy news, though.
Yeah, they got a little bit of dilution, 15 mil float. They need cash. Um,
Oh, now that's interesting. You say they need cash. How much cash do they have?
negative 1.8 months of cash left.
Okay, so here's the news. They signed a definitive agreement for planned purchase of fintech assets of Go Logic. So they need cash, but they're going to buy a huge company. All right.
Smart.
Yeah, very smart. Can't imagine anything that would go wrong with that.
No.
No.
Um, I'll bet you this was probably added in the last like month, but it's like an online on-demand recruiting technology for large and small business. But don't worry, now they use AI and video technology.
Oh, nice. To the moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another one for me, kind of like a few of the gappers yesterday, just kind of really low price, immediate resistance overhead on the daily chart at this 35 cent area, the 66 cent area, and then all the way into the ones. Um, so again, I'd rather short this in a few days if it were to have a multi-day move. A lower price stock is already going to be kind of more annoying to short. So really like to see it get more extended than this.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because, like, I mean, what's your risk reward right here? At very best case scenario, if you short it, you make 17 cents. Of course,
yeah, and
you know your risk. I don't
then
know, with
maybe
the
you make
dollar.
17 cents if it comes all the way back.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's a
Mm,
one that maybe I'll add to my list, or I'll
mhm,
check on like midday or later to see if it just got completely hammered.
yeah.
But
It is
not what
an
I'm looking for
interesting.
for a fresh runner.
Yeah, it would be a very interesting situation though if it like spiked really far. I will say that because I like this idea where they're like they have no cash and they're trying to purchase a huge all the assets of a company. I mean, granted the assets maybe it's worth like $2 and who can't cover that, but more than likely it's probably worth a few millions.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Just being optimistic there.
VEDU.
40 cents, 120 down to 60. I mean, it spiked up and came down. There's volatility in the market if you want to look at the bright side.
Oh, so this one ran after hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting tabulated as a gapper today because it still is up 40%.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is why you do your due diligence because it already did have a giant move to the 120s and are 50% off those highs right now, currently on its 40% gap. Um, yeah, it kind of fits. This is just there's nothing here for me. I don't quite
Yeah.
again, I'm not going to be trading a lot of day one stocks, long or short. They'd have to be really perfect in terms of their daily chart. I'd really have to think that they can run because of how clean it is, or really think that they aren't going anywhere and be up gapped up enough because of the daily chart and there's the resistance behind or overhead. But ones like this, there's just really nothing going on. 40%, um,
Yeah. I'm
and
trying to
low
find news for it.
priced, down 50% off its aftermarket highs.
I'm trying to find news for it. I found some random account on Twitter saying the Saudi Reality Fund is close to hosting a company, Visionary Education Tech Holding Group, which I don't know if that means anything, honestly. I really don't.
4 mil float, negative 5.5 months of cash left. Their
Uh,
warrants are not registered. So I don't really know how they're going to make money
so,
right now.
other words, they're just moving for no reason. They can't do anything about it. All right, what's next on the list? Mm, HTGM, that's an oldie but goldie. That one's down 50% today. I mean, I don't think I'd do anything with it, but just brings back nostalgic feelings.
Which one?
HTGM?
Is
Not
that
yet.
on your list? It's not on my list.
Mine's a absolute value movers list.
Oh, it's a down one.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's absolute value. So it compiles all of the just big movers together and takes the absolute value of them. So if it's down 90%, so negative 90%, it's going to be higher up than the stock that's up 89%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big support crack there at Ishijin. What was the one we looked at yesterday that was down a lot?
BLPH,
BLPH?
Belferon,
This one, just for experimental purposes, I just want to see what that one did.
Just sold off more.
Wow.
Wow. These companies. You gotta hit your endpoints, man. I don't know what's wrong with
Oh,
people.
that's what this was. Yeah, they were fine sitting in the sevens, just consolidated and chilling. But
Yeah.
if you're not going to hit your endpoints, you can't stay there.
It doesn't matter where you are. You gotta hit your endpoints. All right. HTG Molecular Diagnostics said on May 18th they received a notice of delisting or failure to satisfy a continued listing rule or standard from NASDAQ. I mean, it's not related to biotech endpoints, but I feel like it's still you need to meet your endpoints. The same
Hmm.
thing. Gotta hit them. GTLB next up in the list. This is a higher price stock. Not even a small cap. I don't think any of us would even trade this.
Which
But
one?
GTLB, GitLab or GitLab. It's just a high price stock. 30 to 46. Well, 36 to 46. Sure, it's probably like an earnings or something. Let's see.
Yeah, nothing there for me.
No.
The main thing that would kind of tee me off here would, if you look at the volume, well, you can clearly tell by the chart that it's a bigger cap or large cap or
Yeah.
giant cap stock. Every day trades relatively the same volume. It doesn't really have any outlier moves. Everything is just part of a big picture trend. Um, and so you kind of ask yourself, what would change about today's action? Like, is this going to be different than the rest of the chart? Probably not, unless it were to go do 150, 200 million. It would have to like do something wild and different. We want to trade these stocks when they're parts of, cycles of momentum, when they're trading differently than they normally trade, when there's new players in the game, when the news is has people confused or the short sellers get stuck. You don't really usually get those situations on stocks like this. So whenever I see one, it's just best for me just to ignore.
Oh, here we go. One from yesterday. Forza. Forza Motorsports, the video games.
We got first time back to back repeater on the chart on the
Yeah.
gap scan.
Welcome to the club, Forza. You are the first one, the inaugural member.
No,
Actually, no, UCAR.
UCAR was
UCAR.
first.
That's the
Yeah.
inaugural member.
Just kind of trending higher.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything too wild yesterday,
Yeah,
but
it's just
held up.
people buy it up, they sell it down, then they buy it up more and sell it down less,
Okay.
and you have a trend.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to it. I don't think they issued any sort of news today. Anything on top of it. Oh, we're still waiting for the Tuesday, June 6th. Oh, yeah, yeah. Company on Monday. An event to take place on Saturday, July 8th. Oh. So we got a forward-looking catalyst here. Okay. I mean, yeah,
What was
we
the
have
date?
July 8th. Oh, wow, that's a month away. I was thinking June. That's a long forward-looking catalyst.
You have to get it out there. You got to prep it.
Yeah. I feel like this stock is danger, man. This is the same company that tweeted, we got something big planned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Also, a couple months ago, they had a PR that said that their 22-foot electric boat surpasses 40 miles per hour during latest water test.
You know,
Big
something
deal.
about that is so unsettling to me.
What?
Electricity and water.
I
you know, I mean, I'm sure it's all
mean, all
good, but
boats have batteries on them,
that is true. That is true.
like running trolley motors or your trim or.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just gotta be. There's just something about that, man.
Don't fret. Don't worry. This is Forza X1.
Yeah, this is Forza. They're the real deal. I mean,
They
that's
got you
kind of
covered.
looking like it. Everything else that's up is I can speed run them, but they're all up only like 10, 11%. We got
Yeah.
ADIL. Oh, we have Coin. That's actually an interesting one. They're being sued by the SEC.
Is it
And
Coinbase?
yeah, Coinbase. Being sued by the SEC. I haven't really looked too much into it. Let's see what they got going on because this is certainly interesting if you're into crypto. Crack the whip on Binance. Bitcoin crypto stocks plunge. Ooh, yeah, Bitcoin got hit down to 25,600. Crypto assets. SEC says that crypto assets that Coinbase makes available on its platform put Coinbase's operations squarely within the purview of the securities law.
Really?
That's interesting. Doesn't really tell me much though.
Bouncy said good morning everyone.
Yeah.
Market opens in 30 minutes.
Coinbase hasn't done anything in months.
Yeah. Oh,
Didn't
there we
really
go. Somebody posted in chat. HOTH 1 for 25 split 26th of October 23.
I was gonna say moves like it was just naturally doing like 12 to 50. I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty insane.
Yeah, really.
But it wasn't like crazy insane where you're like you couldn't believe it because we've seen stocks do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't remember it doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Somebody asked a question about SDA. Bounce thoughts? I personally hate it. This is a sketchy stock. I don't, this is the situation where it's like, don't try to catch falling knives. It's sketchy. Just no need to get involved with it on the long side.
Yeah. Looks like they started their liquidation process here. But you never quite know with stocks like this what is the end for them when everyone kind of heads for the door and they're done selling and the game's over, or if it's a long-term game. Stocks like GNLX right now, still fully in the midst of their manipulation. And it had what looked like death days. It bounced back, and now if you had shorted that bounce, you'd still be sitting in it. Or stuff like HUDI, all similar stocks to this. That if you go back far enough, they just continue to hold and do nothing at high prices. So know what you own and know what you're shorting. And this situation is different than just a bounce type of short idea. There's more going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. 25 minutes to the market open. Shall
All
we
right.
kick it off? Get back in the room. Have a great
Sounds
day.
good, sir. Yeah, we see you guys tomorrow for Wednesday morning pre-market prep in the Discord. Get into the Hangout Lounge if you're not already there. Follow our link tree to get in there. Where we'll actually all 5 clovers will go over their actual personal watch lists, not just the scanners, but actually go through what they want to trade that day. And then we'll have Wine Wednesday tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well.
Oh, Dom. And what else is tomorrow? Webinar.
Webinar for you. Not
All right,
me.
4-leaf clover webinar hosted also by me and Dom, Dom and I, Dom and me, Dom and me. And yeah, we have a full day tomorrow, so get in there, get active, and have a good time. See you all.
We do have